Hello guys, welcome to the second tutorial of our GTK header bar. Today we are going to move on to learn new functions and new things which we can apply to our header bar. Before we move, I'm going to make some change to our application. As you already saw here, we need to set a bigger border right here just to have this thing right here, but because we decide to use this header bar as a title, we are going to make some changes. So the first big change which we are going to do, it is that we are going to create a grid. So GTK, we are going to create a function which creates a grid and return it. So GTK widget, we are going to call it create a grid, and of course we are going to use two parameters. The first one is our row, and the second one you'll see in a moment, it is the call. Okay, now I'm going to copy this right here and we are going to create it. It will be very simple. GTK widget grid, and we are going to say GTK grid new, and then we are going to call two functions, GTK grid set row images, and we are going to say GTK grid, and because we passed the first one our grid, and the second one will be the row, and of course the other function I'm going to copy, which will be the call right here and right here. And once that we are done with it, we are going to return it, not here but here, return grid. So basically what did we did here, we create a function which creates a grid for us. This grid, before is returned, it allows us to set our row and our call images. You should already know what's the story with these things. If not, go back to GTK grid tutorials. Now I'm going to copy and throw it right down here, and we are going to create a grid. So basically GTK widget grid, create a grid. So grid, I'm going to point it to our GTK grid, and I'm going to pass false this time to both, just to see what difference is. And of course we need to add our grid to our window, and of course our header bar to our grid. Let me see, let me compile it and run it. And we have a problem and says implicit graph function GTK grid set call. Yes, of course, because it is column, sorry, column homogeneous right here. Now looks fine. Okay, so basically now we have our header bar, which is right here, and as you can see it takes its default space, which is provided when this widget is started. So basically when it's created, it was created, because this header bar inside has a lot of other things like a box, labels, and so on. So basically this is the space which needs your application, at least for this header bar. Now as you can see, it is right here, and this other space is not used. For this we are going to make some changes, which means row and call. As you can see, I'm going to pass now the row to true, so the homogeneous to true. So that's, as you can see, we have no changes. Wait, false. We have no changes because we need to remove the margin bottom right here, which we created. We don't need it anymore. I forgot about it. Anyway, I set now the row homogeneous to true, and as you can see, it takes this space right here, and the code looks fine. But we are not going to use the first one. We are going to use the second one, which is this one right here, and now it should look fine. It should take the whole place. Yes, it looks fine. The last thing which you need to do, I'm going to remove this time from the create window function the border width, so that we have a better title bar using our header bar. And as you can see, now looks fine, and we have a nice title bar right here, and basically the header bar works as expected. Okay, so that being said, we can now move to the next functions which we can apply to our GTK header bar. So the first one, as you can see, it is a GTK header bar set title. Says sets the title of the GTK header bar. The title should be help a user. The title should help a user to identify the current view. A good title should not include the application name. Okay, so basically we already know that, but let us see. Let us check it. So the first parameter is the GTK header bar, and the second one is a title or null. So let us give it a call. Say GTK header bar, our header bar, and a name. I don't know. Cool app. Cool app. It's a name. Okay. My program. Whatever. Just choose a better name. Now I'm going to compile it and run it and see what happens. And as you can see, now we have a title here. So basically we have a title for our program. It's not the application name, it is something else, my program, whatever. Just choose whatever you want to. I'm going to change it to something else, GTK header bar, just to have a title and not a name. Okay, that being said, let us move to the next one, which is the get title. We don't need it, but if you really insist that probably you need something like this, which I'm not sure, then basically you will do it like this. So I'm going to print the title is 100% s, and then I'm going to pass this function right here, and once that I compile it and run it, should print the title GTK header bar as the name which we choose. Yes, the title which is whatever. This is not something which you need to know, that's why I'm going to remove it. Anyway, the next one says set a subtitle, and says sets the subtitle of the GTK header bar. The title should give a user an additional detail to help him identify the current view. So note that the GTK header bar by default reserves room for the subtitle. So even, watch, this is important, even if none is currently set, if this is not desired, set the has subtitle parameter to false. Okay, we're going to comment that part as well. Now I'm going to choose to call this function. The first parameter is our header bar, and the second one is the subtitle or not. So I'm going to copy this thing right here, and I'm going to use it as a version name, so 1.0.0, just to see the difference. And as you can see, we have a name and we have a version name as well. Both of them, we have them right on our application. The next one, it is the get a subtitle, the same story like get a title. And now we can decide if we have or not. Says set wherever the header bar should reserve space for the subtitle, even if none is correctly set. So basically, let us call this function, and says the first one is the GTK header, and the second one it is our settings, which is a Boolean true or false. So I'm going to copy again this part right here and pass it here. I'm going to change this one to true, which is default one. It should be default. And you see we have everything at its place. We're going to pass this one to false and see what happens. And as you can see, it's still there. Of course it's there. Why? Because it is not about if you should print or not your subtitle. It is about if it has or not. So let us go back a little bit and say sets whatever the header bar should reserve the space. It is about the space which should be reserved. So basically, if you don't want to use a subtitle, then call after, then pass null here if you want to, wherever, it's not important. And once that you set null, then basically your header bar doesn't, and you see it's not that big anymore. Watch the space which takes the whole header bar from here to here, and watch the space which takes if you set it to true, even if you don't get or you set a name for your application. You don't see it. Okay, sorry. Set subtitle, I said 1.0.0, so that you understand better. You see now how much room takes, because it is including even that space right there. Okay, so now let us move to the next one. Get has subtitle, of course. You find out, and GTK bar set custom title. So now watch, sets a custom title for the GTK header bar. The title should help a user identify the current view. So this super says, what an ugly word, any title set by GTK header bar set title or GTK header bar set to subtitle. To archive the same style as the built-in title and subtitle, use the title and subtitle style classes. You should set the custom title to null for the header title label to be visible again. Okay, it's quite complicated, but let us call this function right here and says the first one is a header bar and the second one is the widget. Okay, now I'm going to use here a button, whatever. I'm just going to create a button. So GTK widget button. We are going to create a button as well. So right here, create a button GTK button new with mnemonic, wherever, and we're going to say click me. Wait, we need a string. Click me. And now what happens if we try to pass this button right here? Let's see. Yep, you see our button is right here, works fine. So basically we just overridden our title and subtitle, isn't it? So basically this is what this function does. I'm not going to use it, I'm going to comment it out, but I wanted to show you how does this works and how you can use it. Okay, so that being said, it's enough for today, it's enough for this video. Until next video, see you guys. Thank you guys again for watching. Until next time, see you guys, and please subscribe, share with your friends and neighbors, and stay tuned.